found some fish and some bait fish. You know, the only problem is the fish are suspended. You know, it's about 30 feet of water right now, and these fish are off the bottom about 10 feet, you know. So situations like this is when I throw a little finesse swim bait. You know, this is a little Strike King Rage Swimmer, little 1/4 ounce ball head, little shaky head. And you know, this to me is a proven fish catcher when the fish are suspended. And really, fish are going to suspend for two reasons. They're either pressured or they're chasing bait, and most of the time when they're chasing that bait, it's going to be really small. So little finesse swim bait like this, little 2.75 inch Rage Swimmer is going to be a guaranteed fish catcher. As far as the setup goes, you know, I like a 6 to an 8 pound test Seaguar fluorocarbon, you know, something really light. I'd never go really lighter than that or heavier. The 6 to 8 pound really does the job. And you can see this high vis braid. This is a Seaguar Smackdown, and you're gonna look at that and go, what are you doing with that high vis? But for me, this is the key. And the reason why, a lot of times I'm throwing out there maybe big smallmouth or big spotted bass, and when that bait's sinking, you can actually look at the line on the water and you can see when a fish will come up and grab it. A lot of times those big suspended fish, they grab it real quick and they drop the bait. So this braid, you're gonna cast out, and you're gonna be able to watch the bait fall down, and a fish comes up and grabs it real quick, you're gonna be able to set the hook and catch it. And as far as the rod and the reel, you know, it's a Daiwa Tatula Elite rod. It's a 7 4 inch versatile rod I designed. The 7 4 inch, you can cast the bait a lot farther, but it's a parabolic rod, so you're gonna be able to handle the bait, you're gonna be able to handle the line and big fish. As far as the reel, this is a Daiwa Tatula LT, you know, light and tough reel. Key to this reel for me is one, the drag. I mean, the drag is gonna be really smooth, really good. But also this is a high gear ratio reel. So when you make that long cast, you get that bite, you set the hook, you're gonna be able to pick up a lot of line really quick and catch those fish and not lose them. You know, and how I fish this bait is gonna be really simple. So I see these fish on the live scope right now. You know, I'm gonna make a long cast. They're down about 10 to 15 feet. So I'm gonna count this bait down a little bit. I'm gonna engage the reel, and I'm just gonna slowly wind this bait back all the way back to the boat. So I'm gonna try to let this bait just swim through the water column and go right through the strike zone. You know, that's gonna be key. Keeping this bait in the strike zone, you know, where I see those fish on the live scope, and you're gonna catch a lot more fish. And really, there's nothing special. I mean, it's just a slow retrieve. You don't have to stop and go. Just a steady, slow retrieve all the way back to the boat. Again, keeping that bait in the strike zone. That's how you're gonna catch these suspended fish.